So the first half of the month is more like the return to the old, with one exception of which I will talk about a bit later. And then the second half of April is more about the new. And the old for you, Gemini, is mostly about what you do or did officially. That is most often your professional role, especially if you are the boss or if you own a business. But it can also be some important official papers, especially they signify a change in your official status, be it marital, academic, migrational, etc. So here in this astrological area of all things official, Mercury and Venus retrograde will be helping you to finish something up or to get the results of something that you started much earlier, a long time ago. The result can also be a negative one. The chance of that is a bit higher than usual because Venus and Mercury are approaching Saturn, and Saturn is a strict planet. It would only give you something positive if you really worked for it. But it can also be positive, and negative or positive, this result will anyway help you make decisions about your future with more clarity. I would say that signing work contracts is maybe not a great idea before the 7th, but then after 7th, when Mercury ends its retrograde, it's actually a really good time to sign, especially something that was in the works for a long time, on and off. Venus will also station direct on the 13th, and then all throughout the second half of April, it will only solidify this newfound clarity for you and accentuate the positive sides of it. There may be some melancholic tone to it though, but this is temporary, and clarity is more important right now in this area of everything official in your life than avoiding melancholic feelings at all costs. Then the first half of the month is also amazing for earning money energetically with the help of Mars in Cancer, and maybe also spending that money with as much gusto as earning. The best earning potential you will have now if you capitalize on the work you already did and the reputation you already earned, and if you also help people deal with things beyond their control and beyond yours as well. The full moon on the 13th of April falls into your astrological area of fun, games, romantic adventures, and kids, and can highlight the challenges you have in this area. There may be some conflict between that and your future aspirations or future limitations, or some urgent money matters can also stress you out in relation to this like pleasurable area in your life. This is not a particularly important full moon though, not for you. So even if it's tense, you don't need to expect this tension to last very long. And if it's pleasurable, it may be because of this tension. Now remember, I talked about how the first half of April is more about the past and the second is more about the future, with one exception. So the exception I was talking about for the first half of April, there is also a planet that already represents the new, and this is Neptune that just entered Aries for the first time on the 30th of March. In your horoscope, planets in Aries deal with the ideas you have of a possible and desirable future, and it also has to do with the social circle that makes it possible for you to develop those ideas about future and to follow through. And Neptune should amplify everything here that is dreamy and idealistic. So it is the time to get dreamy and idealistic about what is possible for you in your distant future. To imagine yourself a North Star of such an attractive quality that it will have the power to lead you forward. If April has already begun and you don't feel that you are quite there yet, wait a little bit. On the 16th of April, Mercury will enter Aries and will start to immediately interact with this dreamy Neptune. And it will help you get a little more clarity about what this dream, this North Star may be for you specifically. Venus will join them in Aries on the 30th of April and will help you see this dream, this idea in an even more attractive light. So basically, start getting used to imagining the future possibilities as something worth dreaming of. And Mars will also change signs this month. On the 18th of April, it will leave Cancer and enter Leo. For you, this means less money stress, but maybe more pressure in projects related to intellectual labor, education, and possibly bureaucracy. And finally, on the 27th, there is a new moon in Taurus, and that is your astrological area of dreams, fantasy, subconsciousness, spirituality, and secrets. It is a stressful new moon, so around the 27th you may have some sleep irregularities, maybe problems with sleep, or the opposite, maybe you sleep a lot. And if you sleep a lot, you give your subconsciousness a lot of time to work through things. Or it may be the time of intense thinking for you, possibly at the cost of not a lot of sleep.